Alright, I mocked it back up again. Just a few bolts here and there. I didn't get too careful with it as far as matching these areas up and that kind of thing, but I was just mainly interested in the hood gaps. Everything looks good, so I can weld the rear tub supports up, and then I'm down to doing a little body work. I've got 3 places I have this grill to fix. See where I got a little bit of work to do on both sides, where I had tow hooks on the bottom of my bumper, and I was snatching somebody out of the mud, and it pulled the bolts through the bottom. You see I got nuts welded on there now. At the time I just had bolts through there. It pulled the bolts out through the bottom, and it pivoted my bumper and brush bar back into the grill. But it's actually a Ford grill that I put on there after the wreck I had in the 90s, so it's a nice grill if I could fix it. Thought about buying another one, but they're like $500, so I'm gonna see if I can't straighten this one out. And then I've got back of this passenger side front fender, I've got a little body work to do back there. I'll show you when I get to it. I got a little spot in the bed left to do where a bolt or something came up through the bed after some off-road adventure. Alright, next thing I gotta do, see a piece of metal is missing from there to there. I can't find it, and it's actually holding that gap open. If you shove that down where it belongs, that gap looks good. So I gotta make a piece of metal, contour it to fit that, and weld it on. There it is with it all welded in. See, the plug welds are welded, the edge is welded, top or the bottom, top doesn't get welded. So I will do some grinding and see how I can make it look. Alright, this fender repair is done. I did that while on the truck because this contour had to match, and I could also make sure the body lines were all right, because you could roll the whole top of the fender up and down depending on this piece of metal here that was holding that contour. So I wanted to make sure everything was in the right place, but now that's done, I can take that back off, and when I get primer, start stripping things, I can go ahead and take that fender flare off also. So one of the next steps coming. Alright, so I've got that one right in here pretty much straight, probably close enough where I can finish it with a little body filler. I used a drill bit, found a drill bit that was the right size for that contour, and I started out just clamping along, and that kind of works it back into position, and then a little hammer and dolly in, and just going easy. And then over on this side, working this one back into shape. It's pretty much there. I got a little bit more to go on that. This is the worst one, so I'll clamp drill bit to it, and then kind of tap it over here until the drill bit kind of lines everything up, and kind of just goes slow and easy, and it comes back into shape. Alright, so on the passenger side, I got this one, got a little spot of Bondo I need to put in there, but that's pretty doggone good. Over here, Still got some work to do. It's way better than it was, but got to keep working it and try to get it a little better than that. Alright, here it is, about the best I can get it metal wise. Got everything pretty much back in place. Little body filler right there. That one will be perfect. This one I'm probably gonna have to skim the whole thing and get in there with a paint stick wrapped in sandpaper or something to true it all up. But best I can do with what I got here. I'm not going to body fill it now because I think I'm going to wind up sandblasting this whole panel or whole grill, because there's so many little tight corners. It's just a pain in the butt to try to sand it. So I don't want to put body work on there and then have to sandblast it off. So I'll leave it like that until I go to strip it. I won't do that until I have the primer ready. Alright, I had another piece of metal work I needed to do that I didn't take a before picture of or a video of, but that brace coming down to brace the back corner was kind of crusty, and so I welded in a new extension on that. I cut out the old rusty stuff, put in new. It's just in bare metal right now. I seam sealed it. You can see the gray seam sealer on there. And I think when I prime it and hit it with some of that texture like that stuff, that Raptor liner, I think it'll look pretty nice. Alright, so here I got this hole in the bed, or something that punched up through the bottom years ago. So rather than cut out the hole and then try to make a replacement piece that will fit in there, I made the replacement piece first. Just bent a little angle on it to match the contour of this bed rail, and then I laid it in there and scribed around it, and now I'm just using my body saw with a broke off tip to cut the scribe line out. Alright, here I got the hole all cut out. Got this little magnet, you can see how it's going to fit down in there. I got a little gap around the edge for welding, and I'll use my bigger welding magnet after I clean these edges up, get them nice and shiny for easy weld. Okay, there we are with the repair all welded down and ground down. Came out pretty nice. Time I prime this bed and Raptor line it, it's going to look pretty good. This is a little pit, rust pit. I'm going to sandblast. I got a few of them. You can see the area that's circled. I'm going to sandblast those and then hit them with a little body filler, and they should be good. They're not structural, it's just some surface pitting.